What's up, guys? I am Monty Monch.
Your boy Ronaldo's in the building.
Hi, I'm Ben.
And the new Batman movie, we have not seen it yet. So we're still going to do some Batman content. It's Batman week, y'all. We've already given you a couple of shows already, and we are back again with the crew. All week you're getting Batman content leading up to the new Batman movie, starring among other people. Let's first of all, let's give, Zoe Kravitz is in this movie, this Catwoman, shout out as well, but also Rob Pattinson too. I want to make sure, we've been giving Rob some love, give Zoe some love. But before we get to that, which we will later on in the week, we're going to talk about what some believe is the quintessential movie. It most definitely has maybe the best performance from anyone in a Batman movie, seeing as he won an Oscar. And so we're going to talk about The Dark Knight, 2008 film from Christopher Nolan, which just was a force of nature in and of itself. Heath Ledger, R.I.P., which had a performance that was nominated for an Oscar, which was already kind of unheard of in a superhero movie, and won the Oscar, which was well-deserved, I feel. So we're going to break down this movie, just kind of big scene by big scene. So first of all, though, as you know here, let's give our ratings overall of The Dark Knight. We always start with ratings here first. So Ronaldo, out of 5 reels, including half reels, what is your overall rating of The Dark Knight?
The Dark Knight, just on the scale of Batman's, I got to give it a 5.
Ooh, whoa, high praise, hot out the gate.
This was the one.
All right, sir. Vinny, your rating out of 5 reels for The Dark Knight.
I'm also going to have to give it a 5. I think you really set up all of the rest of the Batmans.
Wow. Okay, all right. I am going to give it 4.5, and I will get to why I'm giving it 4.5, but it was amazing film. Let me see, make sure we got everybody. Christian Bale as Bruce Wayne, Heath Ledger as the Joker, Aaron Eckhart as Harvey Dent, Michael Caine, of course, as Alfred, Maggie Gyllenhaal as Rachel, Gary Oldman as Commissioner Gordon, Morgan Freeman as Lucius Fox, among others, and a whole cast of characters. This movie is rated 9.1 on IMDb, highly rated, one, if not the highest rated Batman movie, very highly rated in that. So let's just start from the opening scene, an iconic scene. I sometimes just will turn on the movie just for this opening scene. It is a robbery. There are, you see, it's a sky shot that goes in, and there's a man holding a mask, not just a clown mask. He gets picked up, and then we're off on this little heist, and there's all these masked guys and these clown masks kind of communicating with each other, working this bank heist job, and one by one they start kind of picking each other off. One guy does a job, and then the boss said to get rid of this guy, and he shoots him, and we'll go to the end, where there's a great scene where they rob the bank, and the bank manager comes out, you guys know who you're stealing from, blah, blah, blah. And so then there's a great part where one of the last few remaining criminals turns to the other guy and says, so you're supposed to probably kill me. And he says, no, I killed the bus driver. And he's like, what bus driver? And then this bus barrels through the bank. And then sure enough, so that guy gets run over, he kills the bus. And so at the end, the bank manager is still alive. He's like laying there, and he's like, you guys don't believe in anything. This town used to really have real criminals. He said, what do you believe in? The last guy takes his mask off. It is the Joker. He says, I believe that but see, I'm butchering it now. What doesn't kill you makes you stranger. I believe that's what he says. Forgive me, I should have had that ready. And we're off. So if you remember that first scene, I think it's excellent. Any thoughts on that first bank robbery scene? Vinny, do you have any thoughts on that first bank robbery scene?
I think that scene really set off like what the rest of the movie was gonna be, because of course, you've already seen other Batman movies, but it definitely showed you like, okay, this is gonna be something different. Like we're not coming in just for a normal bank movie. It's not just another Batman movie. This is gonna be something totally different.
Yes, Ronaldo.
It actually set the stage for who you could say actually stole the show.
Yeah.
It is apropos that they will start off with the Joker, with how Heath Ledger played the Joker.
Yeah.
We never thought nobody would do the Joker better than Jack Nicholson.
Right.
How great he did it, but Heath Ledger made you forget about Jack Nicholson. The way he played him, he broke down his diabolicalness. You know, he was crazy, he's a clown, but he was very diabolical and very strategic in his setups. So that opening scene really introduced that character.
Yeah, well said. That's true. It's funny how we do start on the Joker. We don't start with Batman. And so we take it from there, and we're kind of, like you said, we're kind of off running, and there's so many great scenes in this, and so we get to see Harvey Dent, in action, and Jim Gordon, and is not commissioner yet. He's just Jim Gordon, but we kind of get our little taste of that, and so. If I get it right, then okay. And so then it also, there's a group of mobsters as well, Sal Maroni, I should say, and they're trying to figure out what to do about Batman and all that stuff. So I want to go to that one next. Another iconic Joker scene. The mobsters are meeting in this kitchen in the middle of the day. And then the Joker comes in, and one of my favorite things is he's like, I'm gonna do a magic trick, and he puts a pencil on the table, and one of the mobsters' henchmen gets up, he runs at him, and the Joker just slams the guy right in the face. Just smooth, so smooth. And he gives a proposition, and he's like, I know why you guys are meeting in broad daylight. You're scared of Batman. It's like, here's what you got to do. You got to kill him. And so they laugh, and they're like, oh, kill Batman, right? And so then one guy says, well, then why haven't you done it? And he says a line that I still say to people today. If you're good at something, you never do it for free. And then he kind of walks out, and he's totally, I mean, he's just Heath Ledger. Let's just get into it. I'm dancing around the bush. Let's talk about Heath. Ronaldo, just talk about Heath for a minute, man. What do you feel he did in this movie that, I mean, I've seen him in a few other things, again, RIP, but how he just transforms. Just give us your thoughts on that.
Heath Ledger actually was never on my radar. He made a movie that I never even would attempt to watch. Not even gonna say the title. But the other films that I've seen him in, he was not captivating at all.
Yeah. But
this role right here, what they say he did, he never came out of character. Yeah. Even when they weren't filming, from the first time when they started filming to the end, he never came out of Joker character.
That's right.
He embodied the Joker 24/7. So he played it to the fullest, from mannerisms to his dialect, to the way he would walk, the way he would move. He had this thing where first he already had his mouth painted, but he would just lick his lips in a certain way that you was like, that's the soul. It's so the Joker. He like embodied the Joker to the fullest. And so we've had Joker characters after that is really like cynical looking. Like there's a Joker in the Harley Quinn, the Suicide Squad. He comes in and he looks like he's really gangster, but he don't have that fun clown.
Right.
We've seen the Joker, where they actually have a Joker movie that they kind of do show how the Joker started, give a little backstory and different things, but he ends up on like a Tonight Show and different things. So that was a good character, but it don't show his gangster side. But this Heath Ledger character kind of really broke down that the Joker was diabolical, he was gangster, he was a clown. There's a lot of different hats that the Joker wear, and nobody really could figure him out. But Heath Ledger really kind of played each aspect well of how the Joker is just so multifaceted.
Yes.
He was very captivating.
Vinny, your thoughts on Heath Ledger's Joker?
I truly think that Heath Ledger made the Joker a totally different character. He took aspects that people wouldn't even think the Joker should have, and he made that different. Like, of course, even with Joaquin Phoenix's, he was more of the mentally ill side of the Joker. But with Heath Ledger's, he was able to show like there is a method to his madness. Like he has reasons for what he does. Like he's not just doing this for any reason. And I think Heath Ledger just really stepping into the character really set a bar that not a lot of other Jokers are able to reach. And that's why I'm so thankful for the movie, because it's like you may never see another Joker like that. So yeah.
Yeah, this Joker does have, as murdering and maniacal as he is, he has to have principle, because there's a big scene where first of all, he gets the mob money and he says, I'm only gonna burn my half at first. Then he's like, you guys aren't really about anything. He's like, I'm gonna give this town a better class of criminal. And he's like, it's not about the money, it's about sending a message. So he's in some ways totally insane, but he does have some warped kind of principles about how things should go. So now let's give a little shout out. Well, I mean, Christian Bale is in this movie as well. There's a great scene because the Joker says, they give this money to the Asian businessman, and the Joker's like, Batman's just gonna go get him, y'all, and bring him back. And sure enough, that's a great scene. He goes over to Hong Kong, brings the guy back. I love it. Like he has the guy leaned up against the police precinct. He's got a sign to commissioner with it. So Christian Bale, again, we talked about this earlier. Now, if you watched the earlier show, I am not a fan of Christian Bale's fighting. It's a little cardboard to me, a little stodgy, but I do like him as the playboy Batman. You know what I mean? What we're supposed to be getting with this new Batman with Robert Pattinson is what I hear is the more brooding detective. Ben Affleck was the older Batman, kind of in retirement. There's different iterations. So let's now talk about what we feel with with Christian Bale's performance carrying this role of the Batman. There's a lot of ups and downs in this movie. We'll get to, he loses stuff and all that, but what do we feel and especially in comparing him to other Batmans we've seen? Michael Keaton, some of the terrible ones, George Clooney, that was, oh my God, it was terrible. Val Kilmer and such. How do we feel Christian Bale holds up to the others? Vinny, I'll start with you.
I don't really have a lot to say about, Christian Bale's Batman. I mean, it is a very hard, standard to live up to because you're playing this very big role. And even with, of course, Heath Ledger doing what he did and already putting so much into the role, it's already very hard to not kind of like be shadowed. So I think in what he did good. It wasn't anything too special, but he held his own.
Ronaldus.
I liked it. I liked the fact that they went a little bit more dark into Batman and showed the League of Shadows with him. Showed that aspect of Batman. So he was a little bit more Dark Knight than does Batman. So I think he got the stoicness of Batman down, where Batman is not about fun and games. He ha ha. He is always, when it's Batman, he about business. Now, when he is billionaire philanthropist, he playboy. So I think he was able to step in both of those characters, Batman and able to be Bruce Wayne. There's a lot of different Batmans that we've seen where we like, okay, he did a good Batman, but he couldn't do Bruce Wayne. Or yeah, he did Bruce Wayne, but he can't do Batman. I feel Christian Bale was able to do both.
Now, okay, so in this movie, I want to ask you guys, who is your favorite secondary character? So we're not going to call the Joker, we're not going to call Batman. Again, we've got Harvey Dent, we've got Alfred, we've got Rachel, we've got Jim Gordon, Lucius Fox, we've got the mayor, played by Nestor Carbone, we've got Eric Roberts, who played Maroni, the gangster, Commissioner Loeb, who's played by Colin McFarlane. Who's your favorite secondary character in this movie. I will go first with mine. Might be. I felt Aaron Eckhart as Harvey Dent was outstanding. I thought he was really good. He just, again, the arc of what he goes through and the change, I just thought he was excellent. I remember toward the end, I don't need to say spoilers, y'all, you should know. The movie's like 14 years old, but I was kind of sad to see him go, but I thought he was excellent. Vinny, do you have a favorite secondary character?
I have to agree. Harvey Dent was honestly, hands down, a very good secondary character. And of course, what he had to portray, and from going to, being like, I guess you could say, the good guy into a bad guy, and having to portray those feelings that he felt, even in the hospital. Like, those are some very hard things to portray. So I think he did a very good job as Harvey Dent.
Yes, Ronaldus.
Harvey did do a good. He did do really good, especially when he had to become the Two-Face. I wish I could pick Tom Hardy, but that was the next one. That was Bane. I wish I could pick him, but that's the next one. So actually, I'm gonna go with Alfred. I really did like Michael Caine as Alfred. Yeah. He did a really great Alfred.
Well,
he kind of carried.
That's one of my favorite moments in the movie as well, is that Batman's trying to figure out the Joker, and he tells Alfred, he's like, well, he just wants something, so we figure out what he wants. And then Alfred tells the story. He's like, there was a bandit, blah, blah, blah. We tried to chase the bandit he was stealing. And then he said, we found out he was just giving away the stuff he was stealing. And Batman was like, well, why? He said, because it's for sport. He said that, some men can't be bargained with or bribed or anything like that. Some men just want to watch the world burn. And that's what he was saying with the Joker, is not no rhyme or reason for this. Because it's crazy, because there's also the iconic scene of Batman in the interrogation room with the Joker. And, Batman says, like, why do you want to kill me? And the Joker was like, kill you? He's like, I don't want to kill you. He's like, I'd be lost without you. I just like, I'm like a dog chasing a, he just likes the chase of it. So now, very quickly, let's get to some things that maybe we did not like. I'll just say, is there something that you did not like in this movie? I know what I have in my heart. Fine, I'll just go. This is why this movie is not a 5 for me. This movie, you can stop it 20 minutes before it's done. Like, we don't need the end scene. There's the tugboat scene with the prisoners want to blow up, and the people want to blow up the prisoners. Like, it's just not necessary. Like, the Joker's trying to prove a point. Like, I'm going to show you these people are evil. And then neither boat blows up. I just felt it was just so long. And I was like, we could have stopped that right when he catches him in the first place. Also, not crazy about Maggie Gyllenhaal in this as Rachel. Again, now Maggie, understand something. I like Maggie Gyllenhaal overall, amazing actress. There's a couple of things I've seen her in that she's very good, but I just was not feeling that. I have a thumbs down from Ronaldus as well. So Ronaldus, go ahead if there's something, if that's what you didn't like, but we got to be fair on both sides. Give us what you didn't like about the movie.
I don't like her as an actress at all.
Wow,
especially not a leading lady. Wow. A leading lady. I don't feel like this billionaire is gonna be going Google Gaga over her.
Shots fired. We keep it real on We Seen It, y'all. It just is what it is. Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's my opinion.
Yeah. That's fair, but I don't think you're alone in that. I don't think you're alone. Benny, do you have something you don't like from the Dark Knight movie?
Yes, it would have to be the scene with Maggie Gyllenhaal and Heath Ledger, when of course, like, Heath Ledger is going over, the reason as to how he became the Joker and with his abusive father. It's like he was giving so much and she wasn't really giving back anything. So it's kind of like a one-sided scene. And I think she could have offered a lot more, and it kind of it made it draw out more than it had to. So yeah.
Yeah. Shout out Gyllenhaal family. Don't take it personal. So we wrap the movie up. There's some other great scenes. I like the scene where, you know, we thought that Commissioner Gordon got shot. I like the scene where I'm sorry, my favorite scene is where, you know, the Joker is in the holding cell. The guy's got the phone in his stomach, and then everything blows up, and then the Joker gets free. And you got to look it up. He's in the cop car, and like the car's just driving. He's just got his head out the window, just like shaking his head. I mean, Heath Ledger is just pulling from half court, shooting, killing this role. I mean, he's just killing it. There's a scene
that's when he left the hospital after the
right
hospital,
when he left.
hospital up.
And then, okay, real quick, we got to talk about this very quickly. We're about to stop. How in the world does I know Two-Face been through a lot in that hospital, but how do you not, until the Joker take his mask off, not know, like there's that scene where the Joker's being a nurse and he's just like, yes, then he takes his mask off, like, what? Like, my guy, you didn't notice this big 6'3" fake hair having face, but like, okay, that's been memed for long and far enough. So very quickly, what are we looking forward to in the new Batman? We talked a little bit about this old one. Is there anything we're looking forward to now? We know this is the Batman. It's going to have Catwoman in it. It's going to have the Riddler in it. Is there anything that you guys are looking forward to for this? I'll start with you, Vinny.
I'm definitely looking for, I think it's more so I'm looking for more from Robert Pattinson, because this is his first very extreme role. And again, he's playing a very serious character. So I really want to see how he steps into that character and really becomes Batman. It's not just like he's acting it, but he becomes it. So I really want to see how he does in that role.
Very quickly, Vinny, are you familiar with Robert Pattinson's Twilight films?
I am indeed.
Okay, so I've seen one Against My Will. He seemed to be a serious guy in that, wasn't he?
Yes.
Like, kind of a brooding.
His serious was more like a depressed type serious. It was very low in spirit. But I think in this one, as him having to be a dark character and not really like a depressed character, I really expect a lot from this one.
Well, yeah, because I was depressed watching that. I mean, it was just like that. I mean, it was just like dragging me down.
Don't hate. It was.
Listen, man. I was in Israel.
Series.
In Israel, there was only 2 channels on that boat we were on, or where we were in, and one of the channels literally had that second Twilight movie on a loop. There was nothing else to watch. I wanted to pull my hair out. Ronaldus, what are you looking forward to in the new Batman movie coming out?
Well, with Batman, it's always what makes Batman is his gadget and his toys. So every film, I'm trying to see what new way did they do the Batmobile? What guns did they give him? What gadgets did they give him? So being that it's 2022, I want to see how they step their game up with the gadgets, with the automobiles they give them and different things.
Yeah. I think more so I'm looking for, I really want to see about the Riddler. I mean, I want to see, is he going to be a Heath Ledger type where you just get lost in this guy and he's all this, or is it going to be just a standard? I'm just big on villains. I really think villains.
Didn't we have Jim Carrey play the Riddler?
Jim Carrey did in that.
He did a really good job at that.
It was Jim Carrey with Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face. Lord, they just was doing anything back in the day. But all right, guys, we gotta wrap it up there. But again, we got some more content coming out before the movie comes out. Stay with us. It is Bat Week all week. I want to thank my panel. Ronaldo's here, Vinny here of her own free will. Lord Jesus, stay with us, Mighty Sharp Network. Y'all know what to do, man. Be blessed. Stay sharp. Thank you, guys.